It's 12 o'clock. Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to the Starr Midday News. And coming up in the bulletin, High Court in Accra dismisses application for interlocutory injunction from disqualified independent candidate Samuel Apia Dankwa. Will bring you details from the courts. Also ahead in the bulletin, NDC demands clarification from the Electoral Commission after votes of 884 electorates were transferred.
They should tell us which polling station have you collapsed? Where are they situated? You have not informed major stakeholders like political parties. Imagine you go on the D-Day and then they will tell you that that polling station doesn't exist again.
Meanwhile, CDD fellow Paul Abrampa says the Electoral Commission is not obliged to provide a detailed ballot statistics, although it will aid in transparency.
If it were a practice over the years and the EC is not doing it, that would have been something different.
And also in the bulletin, Ghana National Association of Private Schools and Ghana National Council of Private Schools demand immediate abolishment of 30% of priority placement system as it petitions Raj to intervene. And on the campaign trail, former President Mahama has been speaking on the cocoa processing factory in New University in the Western region.
Na yakoye nwejuma oho ne aye chocolate ne de abrɛ no yes ya bre ya pese factory na ye de ye cocoa no ye de ba bibia ye dua cocoa no.
Details of these stories and many more coming up shortly. Stay tuned in. Starr News is coming to you live on Ultimate 106.9 FM in Kumasi, Empire 102.7 FM in Takrady, Zeps 95.9 FM in Zebila, Nissim 100.1 FM in Lamshao, My Star Radio in the USA, also live on Facebook on Starr 103.5 FM and on starfm.com.gh around the world. This is Starr 103.5 FM. Starr News. Informed, in depth, in touch. You're welcome once again to the Starr Midday News on Starr 103.5 FM here in Accra. With me, Dedei, Tettey. The details of our stories now. The High Court in Accra has dismissed an application for interlocutory injunction from disqualified independent candidate Samuel Apia Dankwa, who was seeking his inclusion on the ballot paper for the December 7 presidential polls. Now, Samuel Apia Dankwa, one of the 11 candidates disqualified by the EC, went to court on October 10, 2024
for Esechirai and Mandamus to quash the EC's directive. Let's go over the telephone line and speak to our legal affairs correspondent. Now, Mutala, on what basis was this application by the independent candidate hopeful? Why was it quashed?
What the court said was that if you look at the document, but the court said it has had the opportunity to see the original document filed at the EC. Remember that the court requested for the document and the EC provided it to the court, the original one. The court said it has had an ocular view of it. It has listened to the application that was brought. The court is of the considered view that looks, if you look at the face of the document filed, falsification of document and forgery as alleged by the EC were the case, and that constitutes gross illegality, and that cannot be said of a person who wants to vie for that high office. And so the request to have the EC injuncted, the request to have that particular disqualification by the EC quashed by way of compelling the EC to add him or his name to the ballot for the 2024 December election, the court said it cannot accept that, because on the basis of what was put before the court, it is clear that Samuel Appiah Dankwa really forged documents and submitted same to the EC, which formed the basis at which the EC refused or rejected or disqualified him from the race. So the court is saying that yes, his application has no merit. The EC was right because he seemed to have forged documents and put before the EC. So remember that lawyers of the EC accused him of forging, sitting in his room and forging signatures of those who endorsed him for. But now one interesting thing that happened was that the EC wanted a cost against Appiah Dankwa because they felt that the nature of the application before the court was frivolous and it has to deter, the court needs to hand down a notification that would deter others from embarking on similar nature. And that did not go down well with lawyer Martin Kpebu, and became a clash between the two lawyers to the point that lawyer Justin Amenivo for the EC asking Martin Kpebu to say, look, this is not a radio station, this is not a television station that you'll be in court and you're saying anything that you like. You need to come to court properly because the future generation will have a lot of it. Wasn't easy, and the response, they were very strongly worded. But of course, the man at the center of this whole matter, Samuel Appiah Dankwa, I have been interacting with him and had this strong worded response immediately after the decision.
What is clearly wrong? Falsified what? You understand? Falsified what? And by what measure? You understand? The problem is that, like my vice candidate rightly said, nobody is prepared to put in the work. Now imagine if, any judge says that you have falsified something without any evidence of any sort. You understand? We requested for certain documents from the EC. They failed to produce it. The document that they produced for the judge on the day by which the judge is saying that there were some falsifications, those documents have not been verified. And the judge just went ahead and said that there were falsifications. Falsifications of what? Of what? What did he say? Falsifications of what? You understand? Of what?
The EC raised issues about some signatures being identical, actually the same names that have been mentioned.
Nothing of that ever came up. Nothing of that ever came up. Not once has the Electoral Commission stated that they have seen wrong signatures or signatures that they cannot identify anywhere. In fact, the Electoral Commission had said that they had called all our supporters who had indeed said that they had given their consent to our nomination. So what exactly are they talking about?
So, Mutala, we just heard from Appiah Dankwa in response to some of the pronouncements in the court. Clearly, he wasn't happy about how things went down.
Absolutely. He wasn't happy at all with the decision of the court, but he said that they are going to apply for a copy and look at it, and if there's any line of action, they will advise themselves and know what to do. But what is clear is that that particular request seeking the court to have the EC include him in that particular December election would not hold. But nowadays, just before I go, one case that I want to touch on briefly is regarding the JB Dankwa Edo murder case. And earlier this morning, I was telling you about what is expected to happen. Daniel Esiedu is currently in the witness was facing cross-examination from state prosecutors led by Mrs. Sefako Bache, a principal state attorney. And he has completely emphatically denied any association with Janet Chira, the lady that he has said in his statement put before the court that he was the wife, the 4 months pregnant at the time that the incident happened. He said, look, it was only the time that I went to Agbogboshi to go and have sexual pleasure that I have that particular woman. Even if you bring her to the court now, I am unable to identify her because it's been a long time. Even my siblings, whom I have left home for the past 8 years, even if you bring them to court, I will not be able to identify him. So clearly, he's still in the witness box, facing further cross-examination. Our subsequent bulletin will bring more updates.
Thank you very much. Mutala Inusa is our legal affairs correspondent. Let's turn our attention to issues relating to the elections. And the National Democratic Congress is demanding clarification from the Electoral Commission after the ballot statistics revealed votes over 884 electorates have been transferred to different polling stations. According to the NDC, the votes were transferred without their knowledge, which according to them is a serious breach of transparency. Dr. Rashid Tanko Computer is the Deputy Director of Elections and IT for the NDC, and he's been speaking to me earlier today.
Revelation about this cancellation of certain polling stations that led to about 884 voters being migrated to a different polling station. We are asking them for it. The media, you are quiet about it. They've cancelled polling stations without the knowledge of political parties. We are not aware of it. You've read their statement. They've issued a statement. And in their statement, they indicated that they have cancelled certain polling stations. And the reason they've given is that lack of numbers or some of the communities did not want the polling stations to exist again. That's why they've collapsed them. Where are they? Which region? Which constituency? Nothing. And the media is silent. Everybody is silent in the country. We are only interested in talking about peace. These are the things that cause problems in the country. They should come clean. They should tell us which polling station have you collapsed? Where are they situated? You have not informed major stakeholders like political party. You are a voter. Imagine you go on the D-Day to vote, and then where you know you are voting, and then they'll tell you that that polling station doesn't exist again. It has been collapsed. You have been sent to a different polling station. Now you are going to be convenient to look for your polling station where your name has been. Is that what we have been paying the EC to do? They have not even indicated how many of them they have collapsed. They have not. As we speak now,
They haven't given a figure.
They haven't given a figure.
They just stated that some polling stations have been collapsed.
Yes, that's what they stated in their statement. This is the kind of issue we are talking about. And the next thing we have been Oliver Twist. How can we be Oliver Twist on matters of this nature? At the IPAC, we made a special request to them about those things. They should give us data of those polling stations they have collapsed and where they have migrated those 884 voters to. And they've been quiet.
You heard there Dr. Rashid Tanko Computer. He is the Deputy Director of Elections and IT for the NDC. Now, he's also emphasized that the duty of the Electoral Commission is to provide basic details on the voter register ahead of the elections.
We are not behaving like Oliver Twist. We are just asking the Electoral Commission to do what is expected of them. We are asking them to do their work. In fact, if we hadn't asked them for the statistics, for you, the media, you would have been fishing around to know how many voters we have in Ghana. They were hiding this from the general public. How are you going to report about the figures therein in the register? And so you, the media, should be graceful and then commend NDC for what we have done. That the NDC, the whole country was going to be in that in terms of numbers, figures, and all that. But that is not it. They're supposed to continue to give us the breakdown of regional and constituencies. That is their work. They are paid to do that job. The primary role of Electoral Commission is figures. They have to deal with figures. Okay? They are dealing with figures. As they compile the register, they are dealing with figures. Nobody needs to ask them for it. They have to bring it out graciously without anybody asking them for it. Now it's become a commodity that Ghanaians have to go and ask them to bring it out. It doesn't make sense to anybody.
Dr. Rashid Tanko Computer is the NDC's Deputy Director of Elections and IT. Well, we've also been speaking to the Programs Manager for the Center for Democratic Development, Ghana, CDD, Paula Brampa. He says that the Electoral Commission is giving out these details out of credibility. Now, he believes that the EC is not obliged to furnish the political parties with the details of ballot statistics. However, it will aid in transparency. Therefore, it is good that the NDC is asking for this. He also spoke to me on the Morning Star.
If it were a practice